Research is one of the cornerstones of running a successful print-on-demand business. The reason I say that is with print-on-demand, you have an advantage that most big retailers do not have. If something is trending, you can get a design live within minutes. By doing good research and understanding what people are buying, what design aesthetics are hot right now, and the general wave of different design trends and topics that people are interested in, you are gonna be able to find sales way better than your competition. I don't really care how you do your research or which tools you use to do your research. You can utilize free tools like Google Trends to kind of understand how things are working. You can utilize Etsy and kind of typing into the search bar for different things that are popping up. There are all types of ways to get some research done on products that are performing well. But what is important here is that you are doing research and you are working smarter, not harder. Today, I'm gonna walk you through how I do my research and some fun new tweaks and differentiated features that are allowing me to do my research way faster than I've ever been able to do it. And today I am partnering with Everbee, which is the Etsy research tool that I have been using since I began my business in 2023. I love them because it allows me to see back-end data on Etsy on which products are trending, gaining momentum, and allows me to do this at a fast clip. So I'm in here every single week utilizing their extension to pull up different search terms and analyze which ones are performing better and where these trends are starting to take off. So I'm gonna jump right into it and walk you through my exact workflow. And if you are not new here, you've probably seen me go through this flow, but it's gonna get a little bit different because there are some new features that I literally squealed at when I saw that they were launched. And I don't think they've even announced a lot of these features quite yet, but I was just playing around with the platform the other day and I noticed them and I was like, wow, this is already gonna save me so much time and allow me to structure my research better so I can go back and reference things. Before, I would just have a bunch of tabs open of listings that I wanted to deep dive. You're gonna see here that this gets a little bit easier now. So in order to use Everbee, if you are new here, you download the Everbee extension. They have a free plan. I will drop a link to them in the description below. But in order to get all of their features, you will likely have to upgrade to some of their paid memberships, but you can totally play around with them completely for free. And again, utilize whichever tool works for you. I'm just gonna go through the flow that I have been doing for the last 3 years and how it's just gotten beefed up. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna type in any type of term into Etsy. As you saw there, I had political towel. I'm gonna do some more discussions about that coming soon, but stay tuned here. And you can type in any type of term, and then you're gonna go over here to your left flyout panel and you're gonna hit product analytics. Now, if you are just looking at the page results, everything is gonna look pretty much the same here, but where things get a little bit saucy is when you actually click on this button, then you actually analyze the entire Everbee database with the term that you have in there. You're gonna see these 3 new criteria that are automatically popped up. Now, what I would used to do before these existed is the moment I get into here, I start filtering this down. I start trimming the fat because a lot of these things I don't care about. They're never gonna be relevant to me and my business. And those would be things like price point. I'm never gonna sell something that costs $2,800. I would just filter that out. I may be wanting to kind of understand what's performing well in the last 3 months within 2026. So I would filter out a listing age that is less than 3. And I might throw in some additional filters if I wanted to for things like growth rate and things of that nature. But now, if you are not that savvy and you don't really wanna think through what are all the different data points that I wanna just filter out and start from scratch, there are a couple of ways that Everbee is just gonna allow you to hit one button and then you are set to go. So those 3 buttons have popped up here now, and these are brand new. I believe they launched this week because again, I'm in here every single week and I have not seen them until this week. I'm filming this on April 3rd. So these should be new depending on when I get this edited and to you, but they're different criterion that will give you a sense of which products are performing well right now. So for example, new and hot is gonna highlight new listings that are already gaining strong traction with buyers. Rapid growth is gonna be younger listings showing exceptional momentum in sales or engagement. So that could be favorites, that could be add to carts, things of that nature. And then trending is gonna be shows new listings quickly building popularity through high buyer interest and visibility. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably saw these and you're like, oh my God, they all sound good, but they all kind of sound the same. So fun, hot pro tip, when you actually click on them, the filters go away, but all of a sudden when I was playing around with this like I do every single week, I hit the filter button again and actually noticed that they tell you what they're filtering out here. So just like I would manually do and filter these things out by myself, Everbee has said, hey, I got you. Here are 3 ones don't worry about it, just follow these filters, which is actually so helpful if you are new and wanting to kind of just automatically see what these are looking like. So for new and hot, they're gonna filter this one down to listing age of 3 months or less, which we love, that's new and that is hot. And they filtered this down to at least 100 total sales during that 3-month period. Those are the only 2 things that they have filtered out here. So if you want to slice and dice this data even more, you can, but it at least saves you a little bit of that time to be able to filter that down to total 100 sales or more and a listing age of 3 months or less. I sometimes will go ahead and sort by growth rate then, just to kind of get a viewpoint on what has really started to trend up in the last month or so. And so you can kind of get a guide on, these are new products, they've only been alive since 2026, and these are the ones that are starting to gain traction. The other thing that I really like to do, which I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into this because we are talking about it, is I will also just make sure that I'm filtering to physical products only. I do a lot of research here about digital products and physical products, but for my own print-on-demand shop that I run to this day, I like to understand physical products only, so it's more clear to me that these are not gonna be digital products. So from there, I get a really good sense of, okay, these products have only been live for 3 months. They have to have at least 100 sales over that 3-month period. And I've sorted it by growth rate. So these are the ones that are growing most aggressively over that period. And I'm looking at last month, but if I wanted to expand this out, because I have the pro plan, I can go even further and say last 3 months. So it really gives me the ones that have grown the most aggressively within that 3-month period. A lot of these are not gonna be print on demand, but if you are watching this and you are a DIY seller or you are able to have manufacturing of those types of products, you could get a really good sense on what is trending at this moment and is blowing up on Etsy right now. A lot of these make a lot of sense. We see things relating to Easter. We see probably some things that are going to be trademarked and copyright, which you should not do unless you want your shop to be banned. And then we're seeing a lot of things pop up within the bridesmaid space too, which makes a lot of sense because we are going into wedding season. So we see custom bachelorette items, more bachelorette party souvenirs and that nature too. So it leads me within literally 2 seconds of trying to hit a couple of these buttons, it leads me to believe that right now, obviously, some of these categories of Easter and spring and bachelorette are popular, and I can spend a lot of time diving into this. I'm actually gonna do a part 2 to this video, so if you are not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the like button. I'm gonna do a part 2 on, based off of the research that I'm doing right now live, what types of products you should be listing now. So follow along for that video, which I will get out to you soon. So that is the new and hot filter button. The next one is gonna be rapid growth. So this one's gonna be similar, but not exactly the same. This is gonna have a growth rate of at least 200%. Obviously, when I did the new and hot, I inverted my growth rate, so it went highest to lowest. So it's not gonna look so different for me right now because I was already pulling in things that were above 200%. But if you wanna look at things that are just within this realm, it's 200% minimum growth rate during the time period you are looking at, as well as the 3-month maximum listing age. So it's only gonna be listings that have been live in 2026. And lastly, we have the trending button as well. So if we click onto trending, this one operates a little bit differently because it's thinking about engagement. So once again, they hone into listing age of 3 months. So all of these, we're just looking at the last 3 months. So keep that in mind that we're trying to get a sense of what is new, which is typically a good understanding of what is performing right now, because if you were to pull in a listing that's been live for 36 months, you would have to actually analyze the sale curve of that to get an understanding of when that product was hot. And we all know that unfortunately with print on demand, you could have a great bestseller because you're first to market and you have this huge increase in sales, and then maybe something happens where the pricing of that product goes up, or unfortunately everybody starts knocking off your design, and then the sale curve kind of starts to fall. That means that that product is probably not as high opportunity right now because it's already been saturated. So the fact that we're looking at things that are live in the last 3 months gives us the lens of these are products that are performing now, that again, do not just copy these listings, go in, take the insights of why they're performing and make them different for yourself, but it gives you the tools to be able to do that. So for trending, this one is a maximum listing age of 3 months as well. It has a minimum total favorites of 300 and a minimum total views of 3,000. So these are products that are getting shown a lot. They're getting pushed out by the Etsy algorithm and people are interacting with it. They may not be buying as much right now, but there's a lot of engagement and ability for people to come back and potentially purchase these products. So I like looking at these because if they're getting a lot of favorites, it typically means that people are having interest in them. Maybe they're gonna come back to them. Maybe they're kind of just now getting into the buying pool for these products. But obviously you could then hit those customers with a comeback offer and offer them a discount code if they favorited your product. That increases conversion rate quite a bit. These are already saving me some time to not have to go in and filter everything. I can go in, do some quick hits, change the growth rate, orientation, and get an understanding on what is performing now. The other amazing thing that they launched in the last month has been a feature that I've been dying for. And I mentioned at the beginning of this video, sometimes I would go on and do my research. You can kind of see right now, I have like 3 different tabs open of listings that I had done analysis on and wanted to like go back and take a look at them. But I do all of my Etsy Everbee research in an incognito tab, so that way it doesn't like use my old history and I wanna see what's actually trending. And so I have all these open because I was doing research on them, but sometimes when my computer restarts, they all go away and I'm like, oh, I've lost those listings and I have to like go back and like try to find them. Well, Everbee launched a really cool feature now that if you see a listing that you want to be able to do analysis on later or kind of put it into a folder and collect that information to dive into, you can now do that. So when you click on a product, you're gonna see this button pop up that says Save to Favorites. Once you hit that Save to Favorites button, you can save it to a folder and create different folders for your research. So let's say you operate in a couple different niches. You operate within soccer moms, but also moms that love coffee, whatever it may be. And you wanted to do research on both of these niches. You can do that and save those listings to your folders to be able to come back to them later and not lose that progress. Once you've done your research and you're kind of heads down, you're like, ooh, that's good, I'm gonna favorite that one, I'm gonna come back over here. You can then go over to this tab here on the left side that says favorites, and that's where all of them are going to be housed. So you can go back and take a look at the ones that were performing well, and it gives you all of the trend charts right there. So it's in one place. You can kind of get an idea on why you saved them, and you're not having to go back and search for them all over again. Another very cool feature that is changing my workflow and allowing me to work smarter, not harder within my print-on-demand business. Hopefully that was helpful in getting a full walkthrough on print-on-demand research, especially within Etsy. Like I said, use whichever tools work best for you. Everbee has a free plan that you can sign up for. You would need to upgrade to get to some of the features that I showed you of being able to look at data that is more than just the last month. Keep that in mind for which tool you choose. I will drop a link to Everbee in the description below in case you want to check them out. I will also do a part 2 to this video of like going through the research that I just did. I just went and starred a bunch of products that I want to talk to you about and things that I would list right now going into spring and summer that are trending super, super well. And I always like to do those videos because yeah, I can go through and I can say, hey, this is trending well, but I like to add a lens onto it of it's trending well, but here's what I would change. Here's how I would cross niche it and give you actual tactical ideas of how you would take this and make this your own business. And before you come for me and you say, well, Meg, why wouldn't you just do it then? All of these are gonna take time to launch. Like launching your print-on-demand business is not easy. It is affordable. You can do it from home on your own time, and those are all great, but it's gonna take time to build that momentum, create the listings, list the products, do customer service, do your marketing, and I don't have time to do that for all the ideas I have going on in my brain. I've never said on my channel that print on demand is completely passive, so there's no way I could do all these things on my own. So I have my own print on demand business and my own niche, and I also like bringing you those ideas. So if that's interesting, once again, subscribe and I will drop that video soon. Thank you so much for joining, and I will catch you on the next one.